Welcome to a very special Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design. And what better way to hype WWE 2K18 coming out than playing 2K16? Because we don't have 2K18.
And I've heard terrible things about 2018.
Yeah. All right, anyway.
But Kujo's our resident wrestler, so who better to play this with?
Yeah, and
he's
I
gonna
can basically
kick my butt.
kind of explain why the game is made a certain way. Because I guarantee you're going to come in here and think, what the hell am I doing? Because Chris has never touched this game.
Well, I played a little bit. I have...
Because we'll get rid of count.
Nathan, Tony, and I made some characters.
Right.
What did I do? Is that right?
Yeah, you're good. So you hit, good. Hit
I had to
A.
hit up to do that. That's weird.
Go to custom.
All right.
I'm not going to look.
No.
So I'm...
you can see at this point, because it's on the show. I didn't let him look at our...
So I made myself in my old gear, just because why not? It's a wrestling game.
Well, because, you know... Kujo.
What the...
What's so funny, Kujo? Unacceptable! Unacceptable!
The name!
This character's compliments of Tony.
Oh my god!
This was Nathan's character.
Oh my god!
And then this was my character.
Good lord!
But honestly,
Grapple.
there is no better character than Tony's creation. So I'm gonna be Lemon Grapple.
That's fine. All right.
The name was a
so dumb. Oh my god, his face is the worst.
It's so pixelated.
Oh
Whoa.
man. Okay, so these games.
It's a wrestling game. It's a sports game.
Yes. It's a wrestling sports game.
We're gonna punch each other a lot.
Punch each other.
Throw each other off the ring.
Yeah. So the thing to remember about these games is that these games were made for the hardcore WWE fan. So literally anything from the top down, from wrestler's attire to your entrance to the arena to the rules for matches, anything can pretty much be customized.
Yeah, I'm so cool. I'm Kujo. Yeah, fuck all
Shut
you. I'm really good at playing the villain. Yeah, oh yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you guys suck.
So when people say, "Oh, this is a really bad fighting game," you need to remember this
can run in.
Yeah, you can run in and interrupt.
This is unacceptable. You're unacceptable. Unacceptable.
This is so bad. So left trigger is run, while moving the left stick.
Oh, I can control this?
Yeah, you control when to attack me.
You're unacceptable.
A is grapple.
Yeah.
X is
You're
strike.
unacceppable.
What the hell? Why are we looking at that lady?
In the crowd with you. Unacceptable.
Oh my god.
This is unacceptable.
Oh my god, trying to talk controls while you're yelling that.
Get into the ring.
So
You're
as you
unacceptable.
saw, there is a trigger that shows above my head right before you're about to hit me, right? That's the reversal function. If you time it right, you can reverse almost anything in the game.
Okay.
As you take more damage, it becomes more and more difficult to do that.
Can you reverse a reversal?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe in a couple situations you can. So that's...
I'm too fast.
So yeah, X is strike, A is grapple, so that could be a number of different moves and different whatnots. B, if you grab, it's like throwing them, it's called an Irish whip. You throw them somewhere so that they would start running. Like in the ring, you throw them into the ropes so that they bounce off and then come back and whatnot.
Okay, so
you throw into the corner.
Can run.
Triangle is your finisher button when you have one ready to go. If you notice at the bottom, okay, so there are a couple things to keep in mind. Those little gauges, those are your reversal, like how many times you can reverse before you need to wait. Because in a realistic, I shouldn't say realistic, in a wrestling match, no wrestler is going to reverse literally everything in the game. That was something that they fixed from prior iterations of this game, where people would just have reversal fights back and forth. Yes. You are so tall. Yes. So yeah, those gauges are the reversal functions. That blue bar, that's your stamina. As the match goes on, your character gets tired. You can't do certain moves that you could do at the beginning of the match.
Okay.
That's how it works.
So you're slowly wearing your guy
You're wearing your guy down.
Now, how do you know what you can and can't do, though? Do you just, like, have to assume based on the meter?
Yep.
Okay.
Like, and it's not even so much that you can or cannot do hit X. When you don't have top rope diver, you can do maybe 1 or 2 moves off of the top or middle rope. Because you're not equipped to handle that.
And so the rules of wrestling is basically you have to pin someone for...
Pin somebody with a 3 count. If you can make them tap out to a submission move, that works. There are other matches like you grab, it's called a ladder match. There's something hanging from the top of the arena, and you grab ladders, and be the first one to go up and grab it wins.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
There's steel cage matches where if you pin the guy, submit the guy, or if you escape the cage, you win.
Huh.
So it's kind of nebulous. It's whatever you want it to be.
He had it coming.
And yes, if you knock out the ref, if you are fast enough, you can go grab a chair and hit me with it, and you won't get disqualified.
Is there any penalty for hitting the ref at all, though?
After, like, deliberately, yes. But with this being an Extreme Rules match, I basically made it so there's no countouts or anything like that.
Oh, I see.
And we can do whatever. So, yeah. This game, it's got some glitches here and there. The animations are a little...
about that.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. But yeah, running, you can do both grabs and attack buttons, and strikes. You can throw somebody into the corner like this, and then come in with a big move.
Ooh.
And then they're down like that, and then that's a whole different scenario where you can do a completely different move, or you could just pick them up like I did. You could charge your strikes, you could charge your grabs, you can reverse big grabs,
and
eventually... Ow.
No.
Now, right there, while you were holding my leg, if you hit A, that would have been one move.
Oh, really?
X, it would have been a different move.
I see. So I feel like a lot of this game is trying to fake out your opponent so that they miss their timing on the reversals.
Pretty much, yeah. And that's kind of what it turned into over the years for those who are playing this game competitively. Now, that's the fun thing about this game. This isn't Street Fighter. This isn't Marvel vs. Capcom. This isn't Tekken or Killer Instinct where you're competing in a pro league to see who's the best player. This game was literally made so that you could have the experience of a WWE event in a video game. So
it appeals to the fans.
Yes.
I mean, I think obviously the fans are also, or wrestlers are also often fans. So I think it appeals to the wrestlers too.
Yeah. I mean, I challenge you to find a wrestler in a locker room that has not at some point played the crap out of a wrestling game.
Now,
I think the fan favorite was probably one of the N64 games.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
We have the old PlayStation 1 game, which I've never loaded up. But we joked about playing that on the show a while ago, too.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, finish your thought.
No, it was just, this game is made to make it feel like you're watching a WWE event, so naturally, as the match goes on, both characters are going to get tired. Finishers are going to be more and more difficult to pull off because you're tired and you can't really do all that much. You could style your character around being a submission artist, so you target one specific body part, and because your submission move targets that specific body part, it makes it easier for me to tap out.
Okay, so there are different, like, combat strategies to this game.
Oh, yes, there is.
That's good. I think that's really important, because otherwise you'd have a pretty shallow experience.
Well, right, because in wrestling, there's not the generic guy.
Right,
I mean, technically there is, and they have, like, their one finisher, their one submission, whatever. But you have the guys like The Big Show, who are giant guys, whose whole thing is throwing around their opponent, and or punching them so hard in the face they knock out. Or you have guys like Daniel Bryan, who is a submissions artist, who I really wish would come back into the ring, but he got hurt, whatever. Who's all about agility and being fast and keeping your opponent guessing. You've got the psychological people who try to get in your head, or like the Undertakers or whatever like that. So
is that usually the characters you try to play when you're...
tend to play the more crazy ones, like...
That's kind of what I figured would be like getting in
Edge
your
would
head.
be my favorite for those wrestling fans watching. Edge is my guy, hence the look and the gear and whatnot. But yeah, it's a fun game if you are a avid fan of wrestling. Outside looking in, it's probably a little clunky. So right now, I earned a signature,
which
is
is
not
like
a finisher, but it's like if you land your
Charged
signature.
finisher.
Yes, there are different kinds of finishers, different kinds of signatures. Charged finisher, because I'm playing as Edge.
Do it.
What it means is that I stand there and I wait for you to get up. because then once you get up, what am I doing? What am I doing? What is this game doing? Okay, apparently my character decided he wanted to go to the top rope. Ow! That's cool. Yeah, top rope moves are fun.
Yeah, do the charge finisher. I want to see what that looks like.
Well, gotta knock you back down again. Hold on.
Some serious punishment.
Back.
What happens if my health meter goes to total 0?
It just means that you're very easily taken out from a finisher.
I see.
So like right there, because I hit a finisher, when I go to pin you, it'll be a lot easier or a lot more difficult for you to kick out. Now to illustrate, you have to hold the button down. You see where that window was?
Yeah.
You have to hold down the button and get it in that window to kick out.
Oh.
If you get it in the more light, lit up portion, you earn some stamina back.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Man, that's tough.
Yeah. After taking a finisher, it's very tough. Again, illustrating that, it's supposed to be the end of the match move. So when somebody kicks out, it's a big deal.
I see.
What other questions you got? I will happily talk about this game.
So what is it about the game? You said a lot that the game basically is designed for fans of WWE or even wrestlers.
Right.
What do you think they're doing that specifically draws that appeal? I mean, obviously there's the aesthetic.
Right. There's the aesthetic. There's the what do you mean? Like, what keeps drawing them into this particular game?
Yeah, do you think that it's the character customization? Do you think that it's being able to structure the moves and unleash that on your opponent? Is it the animations?
It's all of that. It's the idea that when you play this game, you can put, they have a My Career mode in this game, where you literally can create a new character and take them up through the ranks of WWE. You take them from when you're not even on TV yet, and you're literally training, to NXT, which is their developmental show, which is where they train people to be on TV and whatnot.
Okay.
And then you put them on Monday Night Raw and Friday night or Thursday Night SmackDown or Tuesday night, whatever it is now, until you get to the point where you're working WrestleMania shows and whatnot. It's the idea that you can put yourself or create these ridiculous characters like Lemon Grapple, and take them into a WWE ring and see how they do.
That's fair.
Create your own storylines and
So it focuses a lot on sort of this narrative, but through character.
Exactly. And that's the whole point of wrestling. It's narrative through action in a ring. Live action stuff. It's storytelling in its more creative forms.
That actually makes sense, especially looking at the game mechanics themselves, how the finisher, it's more about winding each other down until you get to the point where you would use a finisher and then pinning them for good.
Right.
But things like knocking me out of the stage or having me rush you as you're making your entrance, or pulling out a chair.
Yep.
Those are those narratives that happen through action that I think you wouldn't see that in a boxing game.
Nope.
So yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. A lot of it comes down to the content, but it's the systems of the game that facilitate that narrative to kind of happen.
Right.
What are you doing?
One of the things in wrestling is putting people through tables, and because they don't want to kill them, they will remove the technology from the table. Yeah. Oh, you have a finisher ready to go. Charged finisher means that if I'm down on the ground, you are poised and ready to do this. So you're about to hit your big move, and it's a way to signal to the people in the crowd that you're about to hit it.
It's my charged finisher. What are you gonna do?
Is it AA? Yep.
Unacceptable.
Oh, it's a...
You're unacceptable.
Oh, you did it on the chair too. That sucks.
Ouch.
Yeah. That actually sucks.
I've
done that before.
Spazzing out.
Yep. That's another fun thing about these games that's really fun. It's just the weird glitches in this game. Just keep kicking.
That's what Lemon Grab would want.
I love the fact that you called him Lemon Grapple. Okay. There was a way...
This is unacceptable.
No. Stop it. Stop. Stop, Ron. Stop. Did you ever see that video?
No.
Oh, man. Is there a way to... No, I guess not. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine. I'm just...
Yeah.
We are just dicking around in this match.
Although
at
I
this point.
think before we end the episode, we should have a real match.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you can truly kick my ass.
Sounds good. Now, if you notice, there is a way to reverse finishers.
Oh, really?
It's very, very tough to do, but that's one of those moments
Just because it's like a 2-frame window?
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, pretty much. You have to get the timing just right in order to do it.
I gotcha.
My character's having so much trouble because A, he's exhausted, but B, you're a weird, like, pencil-thin yellow giant man.
Well, that was actually what I was going to ask you next. Do you think that having the ability to create these uncanny, like, weird, cartoony characters kind of spoils some of the experience?
Yeah, to a point, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? Like,
I mean, it's certainly
at the end of the day, they put
thing.
Well, but here's the thing: they put the function in this game for you to do just that if you wanted to do it, and I think that's the thing to take away. They will literally support anything you put up. I've looked
fair.
on community creations that people put up on the server, and have seen Spider-Man. I've seen Power Rangers. I've seen. You know, and what's really cool is I've also seen other wrestlers from other promotions put on the community creations because they want to put their guys back on the show, or guys from way back in the day.
So just because you can create the wackadoo characters doesn't mean that you will or should.
Right.
And that probably just goes hand in hand with this being a local game. Like, you're playing this on a couch with someone.
That's
so
the
you
best way to
probably
play
have
it,
a similar... Like
okay, I used to go to this karaoke night, and at this place they had game systems and TVs everywhere, okay? And that karaoke crowd was very much a wrestling crowd. They're very, very avid wrestling fans. So one night, I proposed an idea to, let's have a WWE tournament. And people who were avid fans of the show would get just as amped watching this be played as they would watching a show, and it was so much fun.
That's I think what is indicative of it being successful in what it was trying to achieve. Like, that's a really good sign.
Yeah, these games are really good, and from what I've heard, 2K18 didn't really add much, but at the end of the day, with what content they have, the main reason to play these games is to find your own experience with it. Find what makes you happy. If you wanted to create your own storylines, if you wanted to create your own characters, if you wanted to play as the characters that are already in WWE and whatnot, you can do that. It's whatever you want to make it. And there's only so much
you can add or
tweak. Exactly. And while I'm sure, yes, this ref is weird. He's like, oh.
He doesn't know what to do.
Oh.
I mean, I think the argument could be made that they're just doing it to make money, and that's not unjustified. Like, they need to keep the business going,
right.
And if people still are genuinely into the game, then at most all you can really do after a certain point is aesthetic changes.
Yep.
And I half agree with that. I don't play a lot of sports games, so I'm not going to pretend like I understand it that well.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think so long as the fan base still enjoys what they're doing, then there's nothing really wrong with releasing a new game every year.
Right.
It's only if, like, you know, they're being sleazy about it and fans are getting upset.
Oh, yeah. And, like...
And I think graphical changes matter a lot to some people, and so that's a justification for releasing a yearly.
I also forgot to mention, in some of these past games, they've included this mode where they, like, dedicate part of the game to exploring a really key point in time for WWE. For instance, the Attitude Era. Huge time for WWE. That was during the big old ratings war between WWE and WCW, and trying to figure out what would one-up each other and like who would win out and whatnot. They dedicated a mode to highlighting those key moments in those matches and those moments in time, to the point where they will make it look like an old filtered screen. The effects would look weird. They'd make the game... They'd introduce quick time events where you're trying to replicate the moments that defined the Attitude Era, or like explored this one character's history, which is really cool. Like, It's definitely a game for the fans. The flail.
That got me good.
Lemon Grapple.
Lemon Grapple.
So right now, I'm putting you into a submission.
Oh,
So,
no. Oh, no. How do...
Your goal, you move the right stick. So in that mini game, you control that little blue bar on the outside. You are literally trying to avoid the red bar. As I'm trying to make you
I had to
tap.
use the right stick. That's what it was trying to tell me. I like those little quick time sequences like that, though. I think that most of them are pretty hard, but I think the fact that they switch them up with
so you're
like
not doing
different
the same
types
thing.
of... Yeah, I think that's important. And obviously it can get to a point where it's sort of rote.
Right.
But I think it's still pretty successful in making for a more interesting experience than just doing a quick, like, button reaction. Ah! Ah! This is unacceptable!
What? Why do you keep saying that?
That's lemon grab, man.
I don't know what that is. I actually don't know what lemon grab is. I was
You've
literally
never
laughing
seen
that hard.
Adventure Time?
No.
Oh my god, Kujo. Oh, that's mine.
Is it?
Whoa. Ah, unacceptable!
Shut up. But yeah, there are lots of charming things about this game, like... Oh, I didn't even do that. Oh, no.
Oh. Will this be the day that Lemon Grapple succeeds?
No, I didn't want to set it up out there. That's the other thing about this game that's really fun and comical, is the glitches with the weapons and stuff.
How do I even pick this up?
Left bumper.
Oh.
Ow.
Well, thanks for that.
Let's see. Yeah, X would be the way to strike. A would be... Ow.
Yes!
Nope.
This is... Oh, shit.
Oh god.
Yes!
No! You can't grab it back from you.
Yes!
Oh, come on.
This is how Lemon Grapple would fight. Oh, shit! That's not what I wanted.
Alright.
No, no, no. No, no, no.
I'm going to set up this ladder near you. Doesn't that hurt?
No.
No.
The physics in this game are hilarious.
They're really funny.
No, no, no. No, I'm too young for this. I'm too tall
can I
for
not
this.
do the... Oh, shit. You can climb the ladder after me if you wanted, on the other side. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, baby.
Then I can punch you down.
I just wanted to say hey.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Let's go
well,
try
I'm
me.
rotating weird. No, no, no. Okay, shit.
Oh.
Yes.
Kick out at 2. And that's the other thing, too. If you do a kick out at 2 like that, later on in the match, like after I hit a big move, it's another little thing where the animation, you'll kick out, and then my character will be like, what the hell? What the hell? Ref, you're not counting fast enough.
Is it always 3?
Yep, 3 count for pins.
Wow, I always thought that it was longer than that. I mean, like, that makes sense. 3 seconds is a really short period of time. Oh. I'm just gonna set that there. Shit, I need to be using the counter. Ow!
Oh, shit. Oh, no! No! Shit! Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah!
Yeah, you missed the ladder.
Yeah, well,
Not that
you're
it was
still
your
in
fault.
agony.
It was actually just the animation
Oh,
being dumb.
shit.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
See? You're getting into it right now.
Today's the day for Lemon Grapple. Oh, shit. No!
Boom.
I never needed that face. Oh, it kind of shows me where I'm damaged.
Yep.
I didn't
And that's
notice
the thing,
that.
too. If I go for a submission on that... On your, what,
Just
your
like
head?
keep beating my head.
Yeah. You can be busted open.
So do you think that this game... Oh, no. Yeah, oh, it's so slow. No. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Do you think this game works in the esports setting? Or do you think that it's like...
Not in esports, no.
I mean, but I guess then the follow-up is, do you think that's okay?
I think that's perfectly fine, because esports, honestly, that really frustrates me. Fine, I'm gonna get something else. I think that this is not the game for esports, or some, like, pro players or whatnot. It's not that kind of game where you're, like, actually competing.
Right, like, in a sense, it almost might be a disservice to the fans, because then they feel like they're missing out on what the game would have been otherwise.
I'm putting it in there.
Because to make it an
shit.
esports game, I think it has to make a lot of compromises.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing either.
Shit, that was the top of my head.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I don't think it's bad to make a game designed for the competitive space, but
Oh, yeah.
it has to be.
You have to know your audience, and you have to know...
Exactly.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Boom.
Oh, my face.
Yeah, you have to really know your audience and understand that when you are making this game, it needs to be like, more on the crisp controls. I really like that I set that up just for it to fall back down. It's really difficult to talk about esports right now. No, what?
Yes, today's the day. What?
Nope.
What is resiliently?
Resiliency, it's an ability where... And that's the other thing about this game, too, that's really, really nice, is how much you can customize with your characters. Resiliency, I think, just makes it so I can kick out.
Oh.
Like, automatically.
Oh.
Or it just makes that window larger for me to be able to kick out on my own.
I see.
You just hit me with your finisher. What are you going to do about it?
And you? And win this game? Shit.
Ha ha ha, I used resiliency. Wow.
So is that like a one-time use?
It's a one-time use, yes. Yes.
Or like it might recharge over time.
There are different levels, if I recall. Like, if you get, like, the highest level, I think you can use it, like, 3 times.
I like... Things like that where you grab my leg and then you're just like, no.
Exactly,
like,
right?
That's great. I think that's exactly what this game needs.
Yep.
I mean, like, it's an aesthetic thing, right? But it speaks exactly to what we were talking about with the narrative through action. And I agree. Like, I'm not a wrestling fan, or a wrestler for that matter. But I understand the appeal after seeing things like that.
Right.
Ow. And I've seen one of your matches, which was pretty fun.
I remember coming up to you guys after the show, and you guys were like, "That was really intense."
Well, it was way more intense than I expected. Like, there were moments where I was like, that person just died? Like, you guys pull off some shit that I'm just like, how is this possible?
If you ever have a moment like that watching a wrestling show, you know they're doing their job well.
Yeah, no, did
that person just die?
Jen was with me too, and she was like genuinely upset. She was just like, I can't watch this. This is too much.
Right.
All right. Well, we all knew it was going to end this way, but I'm happy I persisted as long as I did.
Well, I will say...
that was one of my favorite moments too, game.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing, too. The commentary. They have the commentators from the show in the background.
Oh,
like,
really?
Whoa, he just hit the spear. Is he going to be able to kick out of that? But, of course, it's going to be a little glitchy, where, like, for instance, here, it's literally the same... I think it's the same voice, or the same line and the same inflection, being like, and this was another moment of one favorite moment of mine too, and this was another one of my favorite moments. It's
Hot
like,
dog.
okay, I got it.
maybe. What are some of these signs?
Oh, the signs.
Tag me in.
So yeah, for this game, I'm pretty sure they had some sort of like contest where you could come up with a sign. And then if it was funny enough, or if it made enough sense, they would put it in the game.
That's kind of fun.
One of my favorite ones is, it's this big old poster board. It just says, "The guy behind me can't see." I just saw one that says, "Put your sign down." Anyway, I will say thank you for including this on the show. It means a lot.
Obliging you.
Yeah. Well, I never was like, "Chris, we need to play a wrestling game. We need to talk about its design."
Actually, that was all me. It was all
you. You were like, "We could do this."
You want to play?
Like, we could. No, really, it's very nice of you guys to do that. That's
we can check out some of the super old ones one of these days too.
Yes, I know some of my wrestling friends would really appreciate that.
And I think sports games are one whole realm that we barely ever touch on this show. And wrestling games are like a whole different subset of that.
Right. Because it's different when you play a football game.
Oh, yeah.
Different iterations. Because, yes, the controls might change, but at the end of the day, the rules are still the same.
And in games like football games or baseball games, I feel like they get so complex. Like, they get really nitty-gritty with their numbers and their systems, which I wouldn't even know where to begin if I delved into that for the first time. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I think I played, like, one baseball game years ago, and I was like, I don't watch it. I don't know what any of this means. I just know to hit the ball.
I do have a baseball game on the Famicom, So maybe I should make Tony play that with me
Yes,
because he's
please.
a baseball fan. We won't be able to read anything because it's all in Japanese.
It's gonna be awesome.
Anyway, question of the day. Wait, we didn't do a question of the day at the last game that we played today. Oops. Sorry, that's a tangent. Question of the day.
I blame Chris.
What is the most successful thing about the WWE games and how, the audience that they're trying to appeal to? I mean, we kind of shared our thoughts on that. But, you know, what else do you think it's doing right in that regard?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching.
May I do a little bit of a plug?
Sure, do it.
My buddy Sean put together a new wrestling show called Backbreaker Wrestling out in Griffith, Indiana. It just started up. We just had the first show last week.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was probably the most fun I've ever had at a show. If you are an Indiana wrestling fan and you want to come and check it out, by all means, look up Backbreaker Wrestling on Facebook, and you'll have all your information there.
Like it's a physical show, right?
It's
like
an
you
actual
go
show.
to the
Like
place.
you go to the place.
Cool.
If you want to see me wrestle, you might just be able to do that.
When's the next
show? I started a
show?
sentence and I didn't finish it. Next show is February 3rd, so it's gonna be a couple months. But
You'll have, well, depending on when we put up this episode, but
Well,
there
that's
should
true.
be time still.
yes, do it.
All right, thanks, guys. See you in the next episode, series, whatever we play.
Next video.
Next wrestling match.
Yeah, next wrestling match. Bye, guys.
Bye.